It might be the Choe Show for Illinois, but it was a vault clinic at Oregon State. We got dancing, props, and a whole production from ISU. Did Sam Peszak make a comeback and compete for CMU? Olympians galore at Stanford, or maybe soon to be. A couple deltchevs, a double layout that'll make your mouth drop, and a possible new career as a pep rally hype woman? That and more. Let's wrap.
995, damn it's time. Seniors hoping they can stick one more time. Reg season flying by. Let me see you stop. Oh, stick, stay. Let me see you stop. Oh, stick, stay. From the Eagles to the Cards to the Beefs throw down their saws. All these birds chips. All these birds chips. 995, damn it's time to start this podcast in week 9. Let's go. Let's go.
It certainly is week 9, and we got that rhyme. Welcome back to the College Salute Podcast, the only podcast with a gymnastics-inspired rap. Every week, the place you go for all you need to know about how our Region 5 alums are doing during their NCAA careers. And in this season, except for today, on Kim's side, that is, we are comfortably podcasting in comfort. I am today, in the red one.
Wait, I may not have comfort.
We're all red. She's very comfortable in her SVSU attire. But I'm in comfort, and we're enjoying a very comfortable day of recording here on the podcast. You know that is in-house rapper Kim, and I am the insider guy, Jason, and I will be watching Stanford UCLA meet this coming week, even if it's not in our lineup, because I need Stanford. More, please. Wow, we've a lot to talk about there. Kim's last time in the chair for this season, and there was a lot going on. Boxes jumping in and out all over the place on this stream. It's the Drake Dawson show at NIU. Phenomenal. I will be posting a video of it. And Iowa and OSU had a good fight going on, but Iowa has a Tyson. But first, a free way to support our show is by leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute Podcast. Tell us what you like about the show or what would you like to see improved. This review helps others discover our podcast and join our Region 5 family. Help us to continue to grow our podcast, which is the only regionally based gymnastics podcast in the country. We continue to show our love for our Region 5 alums during their college careers, so please show us some love with a review and a 5-star rating. The Fab Five-ish. We have 5, so it's not ish this week.
We have 5 today. Good job.
We do. Chris. No ish. Jocelyn Robeson doing the first NCAA history vault of the Mustafina. I have questions why this vault is being used, because this is not a very easy vault to go for perfection, as she didn't. I mean, obviously it was a little bit of low landing, but props to her. That's awesome. It's the Yurchenko half on front full. And it's a very nice vault. It's a good vault. She did it at Worlds and just threw it out there. Like no one knew she was going to perform it. But it's definitely a very hard vault to land. So I'm very surprised that this is one. I don't know if she just wanted to get it out there and make history or what it was.
It was a 9775, but wasn't it in the exhibition spot? Like
I don't know, because I just saw it on social. Yeah, they just want to try it.
Exhibition, so I think probably she just like, why not, right?
Want to try it? Could be. I saw it on social and I was like, well, we'll put this on here because it's cool and it's the first time being done in the NCAA. But it's a very difficult vault to land for execution. 1.5 you can spot. This one you cannot.
No, you cannot. But they said, that it hurts her ankles less to land forward than backwards. So
yes, no, she did speak about that at Worlds too. She was talking about it at Worlds with Jessica in an interview. I remember her saying that it's easier to do front stuff than it is back stuff. Paige Zancan from Auburn, another stuck handspring front pike, or the handspring on the board, front handspring front pike vault. Gorgeous. I saw this on social media, immediately sent it to Kim. I said, we have to put this on because this was a beautiful vault.
This is literally one of my favorite vaults. And my dream vault used to be front handspring onto the board, front handspring on the table, but front layout off. And I used to run around the gym telling my vault coach, listen, when I'm a level 10, I'm going to do this vault. I mean, I didn't make it to level 10, but it would have been cool.
Yeah, it's the handspring flying baby Jesus, or what is it, banana Jesus that Jessica calls it? The flying layout. That would be awesome. There was another one of these at Oregon State, which, the fact that we got 2 in 1 week. Yeah. Apparently, I am famous this week. I am famous.
You are.
Yes, you got to see my bald head on live at NIU, and apparently I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that Julie is one of my favorite athletes in gymnastics, and true story.
Yeah, but you got like camera time at NIU.
I did. Well, shout out to one of our athletes' moms, one of our level 9s. I think I mentioned this last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it is. Does the video for or runs the truck for NIU meets and NIU sports, but usually gymnastics. And she made sure I was on the camera on this. And it was funny because then Christy actually saw it and was like, "Hey, that's Jason. Coached me in grad school."
You didn't even wave at the camera. You could have waved.
I didn't even know it was on. I had no clue. I was looking at my phone. I was
enthralled with the phone, and you looked.
I was looking at a video. No, I don't remember what the video was, but I know a couple times I was watching back at the video of what I filmed, and because I did obviously film some stuff there, and that's what I was doing. But great, that's what they caught me on. So, but it was hilarious. I do remember last year there were lots of talk about Stanford's sticks that the freshmen have to get. That's their thing. They get a stick every meet they go to that were like very large sticks. This year was that a stick, or was that like daisies or something? It was like a little like flowers.
And it was so funny when Anna Barbarossa was holding it, and she was just like little stick. But it was so funny. It was like little stick, the baby stick. I just assumed like I would get a big stick. If it was me, if I was a freshman, because they just go find it in the outside world. But it was so funny because she was like holding this little stick, like, I don't know, it was funny.
No, it was funny.
Stick.
Yeah, it was funny. I at first didn't even realize because they're talking about the stick, and I was like, at first I thought when I saw like what they had, I thought it was a key, and I'm like another key because CMU does the key, and I thought it was a key at first, and then I one time they were saying the sticks, I couldn't even tell what it was, and then I was like, are there flowers on that thing? It's like a twig, right?
There's a ribbon tied at the top, but it's a stick twig.
But, yeah, it was but I think that's cool that the freshmen have to find something.
That they send the freshmen out into the world to go and find the stick.
The stick for the meet. But apparently we have a size requirement now, so.
Yeah, it needs to be like good sized.
I saw the post on socials about all the Honda Award winners, or not winners, the nominees for the Honda Award. There's a long list of names, and we do have several that have been nominated. So, Kim, if you'd like to let our listeners know who our wonderful people are.
Nikki Smith from MSU, Sage Kellerman from MSU, Faith Torres from Oklahoma, Sarah Morale from Minnesota, Tori Vetta from Ohio State, and then we have Kira O'Shea and Jocelyn Harbeck from NIU.
And that's awesome to see those two make that list too. That's cool. We're going to talk about Joss.
There's a couple other like MAC athletes on there. Also, like Luciana's on there, and so is Samantha Nickel from NIU. But I'll make a post with them.
Yeah, that's cool. But no, we're going to talk about Jocelyn a little bit more when we get down to NIU because I have some thoughts. And then Sarah Morrow, her beam at Big Fours, absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful. All right, so let's talk about the Region 5 University for this week. And, of course, we had Stanford, Oregon State, loved this competition, really enjoyed it. Illinois State, Western Michigan, EMU, enjoyed this one. I mean, obviously, because I'd like to listen to Kim and what she has to say. Her and Dean. you go with Dean now.
No, Brent. I don't. It's not Dean. It's Brent.
Brent, I know. Her and Brent go back and forth, and it's hilarious. I do enjoy their conversations about as much as I like Olivia and Dean. Their conversations are funny as well. And then CMU at NIU, which I enjoyed watching live, but I also did enjoy watching the stream of it for that too. But I did forget to post the lineup last week. Oops, my fault. I don't really. I had my daughter's meet, then I went to NIU, and I completely forgot to post the lineup.
But it was done, and it was great.
Yes, and unfortunately, I did not post it. So, sorry about that. I mean, Kim could have posted it. She didn't have to have the scores, but
I was also at a meet, coaching and doing coaching at a meet and doing commentary at a meet. And reading awards at another meet. I was all
You
over
were busy.
the place.
Okay. Always busy. Busy girl
I did
over
my
here.
part.
Busy girl over here. And that's going to add back diving in a week or two, whatever it is, whenever nationals are. So that should be fun. Saturday. All right. This week.
No, Sunday.
All right.
Leave Sunday.
So next week is the cross your fingers for, what's it called? Deaf Tuesday or whatever it is.
Black Tuesday.
Black Tuesday. Sorry. That's where all the qualifying is done. I don't know. Well, it could be death for Tuesday. Who knows? It is what it is. Okay, vault. Leah Kmiecik. Very nice, 9.825. I sat in a different spot this week at Northern to watch vault and bars, and I got to see vault literally straight on. A couple of the vaults scared me half to death with their round-offs, but maybe I won't sit there anymore. But I liked the bar angle this time, which is a lot better, and did get to see an injury that maybe I wish I didn't, but Leah Kmiecik, 9.825. Very, very nice Yurchenko full. Very nice shape.
Almost had a float and flare.
Yeah, she almost did.
She was really high and floaty and kind of tried to flare, but almost.
But she has a very nice Yurchenko full. Absolutely gorgeous. She can do a Euro 1.5, so you would expect the full would be very, very nice. Brooke Galesko, 9.825 as well. Her handspring front tuck half stuck it cold. This was a very, very nice vault.
It's so high, too.
It is. Very, very nice vault. I was very sad for Ava Boots because hers did not go very well, and she usually has a big one and put her hands down. I think she tried to stick too early and then had that issue because she's never short on vaults. Dawson Sally.
I rotated with Ava Boots' mom on Saturday at our meet, and I hadn't watched this meet yet, and so she was like, Ava didn't do great, and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, no.
Precursor. I didn't get to see it yet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ava had a tough meet overall on all three events that she competed. Dawson Sally, 9.8. Another Yurchenko full. Very, very nice. Did hop back, but it was the post antics. She was all about celebrating after her vault.
Yeah,
and I love that. I love that. That was fun.
It seemed a lot of NIU's vaults are like back and forth. Like not very many of them are right down the middle.
They got some crazy round-offs, let me just tell you. As does a couple of the CMU athletes, which... Anyway, Kennedy Cooper was with, obviously Kim, and at this EMU meet with... competing, obviously, for Western, though. Very solid Yurchenko full. Hop back and a little bit to the left. A little bit to the side. But it was a very nice Yurchenko full. And then Savannah... I missed this completely. I was watching this while I was driving yesterday. I hadn't had the opportunity, so I started watching it when I was driving. I finished it when I got home. One on the phone, and then I finished it on my TV. But I totally missed that she did the vault because I completely forgot Savannah is in 3 events this year. Usually she was on floor. That's all she competed most of her college career. And then she does the full on, and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like Savannah.
And she did it as a
It was.
She did it as a pike. It was lacking in height. It was a little low, but not bad.
Yes.
She fought for the landing.
Exactly. It was a little bit low, but this was the second one of this vault in this competition alone. There were 2 full-on pikes in this competition, and we're going to talk a little bit about this vaulting at this meet in a minute. But yeah, sad that I missed it, even though I knew I didn't, because once I saw it, I'm like, oh, that was Savannah. So I did go back and watch the vault again later.
There was a girl from ISU who does it that was really good.
Oh, yes, you're right. So we saw that vault a couple times. And Laconia is how you say it. The one at Oregon State said some other name for it, so I'm not really sure because I don't actually know. I didn't know the name of it because it's not it's listed as another vault somewhere in the code for college, I think. So that could be the name.
For Dev, it's listed as a Laconi.
Yeah, Laconi. So that could be why.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it's Luconi. It could be a Lasuni, Laconi.
Well, she didn't even say it. She didn't even say it that close. It was something else. So anyway, maybe she was, and I just didn't catch. But 49.05 on vault this week. Over to bars, and Leah Kmiecik's bar routine was gorgeous, beautiful, and like I said, I enjoyed where the angle that I had for bars in this competition. Loved to see this routine. Beautiful double layout. It was just an awesome routine, and I know that the commentators really liked this, and they showed this about 4 times in a row, this routine, so that was good to see. But 9.95. Reese, 9.85. We didn't see the first half of her routine, and Kim actually mentions, like, she does a Jaeger. We don't see it, but that's fine.
Yeah, because I was actually watching the routine, not on the screen. I do that a lot. Because listen, that double screen thing, the screens had a mind of its own, and I have thoughts. We'll talk about this later. But
well, yeah, no, like if it's the same screen we see, Like if you're what you see, because it was crazy.
What our screens see is what, yes, you're supposed to see.
Oh my God, crazy. Like boxes moving, small, big, small, little, over here. This, I mean, it was like, it's too confusing. But anyway, very, very nice pack. Very, very nice pack. And then a very good stuck double layout on her dismount on bars. So very, very nice. 9.85 for her. I know I saw Kate's routine. I know I watched Kate's routine. But for some reason, my pen didn't move for Kate's routine. And I know you talked about her being at 3 different schools. And I think I was just listening and just not even paying attention. So you as the commentator,
my soothing voice.
Your soothing voice. Because I love Kate on bars. I think she's phenomenal on bars. But for some reason, I just didn't put anything down. So
she has great lines. Her legs are always glued together. She has beautiful form on bars. She does Maloney pack, very nice. Double layout. But she had to step back, but it's super high. Like, her routine is very good.
And I'm not sure if this is the one that you had mentioned. One of the athletes, and it was, I believe, a Region 5 alum, you had mentioned that it was a little step. It was more than shoulder width apart. So I don't know, like,
she took a
big step back. Yeah, she did. She was a small step. I'm like, that was a big step. But I can't remember if it was Kate.
Sometimes I can't see because they're sitting in front. And so if I'm watching the routine in life and I see that, I can obviously see if they take a step back because of their body, but I can't necessarily see how big it is.
Right. Yeah.
Until the playback. By the time they replay it, I'm already off to another event.
Right, you're moving on. Well, that was because there was just stuff going on everywhere. With 3 teams, it's hard. So Taylor DeFries, 9.825. Very nice Maloney pack. Double layout, small hop forward. She usually does not go short on these. So she's been having some shoulder problems apparently. So she's, literally hanging in there. Funny, with her shoulder. But it was a nice routine on the bar for sure. And then just a little bit short on the double layout because she's got a gorgeous double layout. Keely Kohler, 9.8 on bars. Very nice Maloney and bail, but it went way past vertical. Like, I mean, it caught like almost 45 degrees. But yes, she can stick a double layout, and Kim mentions that on the broadcast. Her double layout is gorgeous, she nailed that double layout. Ava Wilmeyer from CMU, very, very nice Jaeger bail. Clear hip into her pike front half, however, short. I mean, in club, they would not give that. So I'm not 100% sure if they did or not for, based on her score of 9.8, they'd have to, I would say. But her clear up was past vertical. I mean, in Dev, that would not get a connection bonus. They would hammer that, especially this year, because, bar scores are very tight this year for sure. But very nice routine, very nice Jaeger. Jaeger bail is gorgeous. And then Raylene Garvey, I love her blind straddle back handstand. Her and Avery Riff do this so well. And it's funny because our D3 athlete this week also does this combination. So we got like three athletes this week.
Are they all from the same gym?
No, they're not. Raylene and Avery are, but obviously, yes. But Ari is from Phenom. So.
Oh yeah.
But very nice blind straddle backhand. Gorgeous. I just love that combination. And you could say that, not a lot of people do it, yet we have 3 on our show this week. 49.275 on bars. And moving over to balance beam and Zoe Pelfrey, I am just in awe of her and how she can literally walk back and forth, cheer, head butt, shoulder butt, hip butt, everything with her teammates and her twin, Luciana. And literally do all of the things all meet long, go and nail a beam routine. Yeah. And gorgeous. Aerial round-off, it's perfect. It's textbook. I mean, it's awesome. It's crazy. What we will see her on floor soon, apparently.
Good, I hope so.
I did talk to her a little bit more about that later. McKenna Brooks, 9.75 on hers. Good beam routine. A wobble on her flight and a hop on 1.5, but it was a very, very nice routine overall and a very nice switch half. Northern was kind of all over the place on beam this weekend, but McKenna did a very nice routine. Again, there were some issues. There were some errors, 9.75 obviously, but a very nice switch half. Raylene missed this routine too. Again, another one that I had no notes for, and I was like, what did I do? Did I watch these? I have no idea. I think like I said, I was enthralled with your commentary apparently on this. Yes, and I remember her scissor jump to her standing layout step out, but that's in her routine. her flutter jump. But no, I don't remember this routine either. I was just
beautiful
when I was going through. So, Raylan, sorry, but I do know that you have.
She has the whitest teeth ever. Like, Rylan, your teeth are so white. Like,
maybe she's working.
You can see them from very far away, and it may be because she is tan also, but her teeth are just 100-watt electric smile. Like, especially on beam, I was noticing that at the meet, and I was like, dang, her teeth are so white.
Maybe she's working with a teeth whitening company. Who never know.
If she's not,
maybe she should.
Someone should call her because her teeth are electric. They're so white.
Well, maybe they won't call her because they already are white. Or she could just.
True. Or she could fake it till you make it. But her teeth are so white.
Yes.
So white.
We continue with this competition and Jackie Patterson, which I know she does beam because she does beam all the time and gorgeous. But again, I still, for some reason, the pen did not hit paper.
I understand. You were captivated by the commentator.
Not with it, yes.
She does a beautiful hitch kick into an aerial.
Yes, she does.
Who does a hitch kick into an aerial? Jackie Patterson. That's about it. It was gorgeous. Her beam lines are exquisite. She had the slightest wobble after her jump series. Back handspring layout was gorgeous. And her pike gainer off the end was amazing, even though I thought she was going to do a cartwheel gainer off the side, cartwheel full. I say that. I was like, my notes are not well.
Oh, I do remember that too. Yes, I do remember that. Yes. And a cartwheel gainer full. No, pike gainer.
And I knew in my heart that she was going to do that pike gainer. But I think when I was copying, pasting, and changing people from their positions,
yeah,
I don't know what happened, but
yeah, I remember that. Now I remember that part of the commentary.
Yeah,
so yes, I was watching the routine because that was hilarious. I do agree, that was funny. Yes, and then Keely Kohler 965, very solid back handspring layout, and I think layout 2 feet. She doesn't step out, layout 2 feet, and I think this is the most layout, the longer layout that she has done all season.
It's because I didn't say anything about it. I kept my mouth shut during this. I'm like, she's gonna do her series, and I'm not saying anything this time because every time I say something, she falls or wobbles or whatever. This one, I didn't say a word. We just watched it.
There you go.
That was the trick. Just watch.
No saying any words. But yeah, it was gorgeous.
Not during her series.
Beautiful.
Absolutely not.
It was beautiful.
Learn my lesson.
Yes. Awesome. And then, of course, another beam routine that I don't even remember seeing either. Poor Reese Samuelson. I do know that this is the time when you actually, so I did watch, I just don't remember. This is the time where you talk about her judging. Yeah. And we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that because I should go and get the video. But anyway.
I did. I watched it. I went back and watched the video, so you can just...
Okay. All right. But I know Reese is very good on balance beam, and I'm sure she performed very, very well.
She did. She had a
even though it was a 965.
Sharp back handspring layout step out. Gorgeous. Her mount is exquisite, and it photos well, as I mentioned. She had a small wobble after the front aerial, and then she did a front full with a small hop. There you go.
There you go. Didn't stick it again this week, Reese. Come on. You were sticking front fulls like it was your job at the beginning of the season. What's going on? Come on.
It happens.
It happens. 965 for her beam routine for this week. For a 48.65 on balance beam this week. I think it's actually our first 48 of the season. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But moving over to floor, McKenna Brooks. This routine was awesome. Her front to double back last pass was very, very nice. And then her reaction to this score was priceless.
So
I mean, it was so funny. She was so excited because she saw the 9.9 come up, and then we were like, oh, and then the 9.85 comes up, and we're like, oh, one of those things. But then she was still excited with the 9.875. Very, very nice routine. We have a little bit of discussions on deltchev with her in a little bit. Savannah Miller, 9.875. Very, very nice front to double back, but it definitely is the faces after her last pass for me in this routine. She does her 1.5 front layout, looks right in the camera and just gives that face, and it was and into the pose and then face. It was so good. It was so good.
I had Savannah Miller competing at the EMU meet because Savannah Dunwoody was.
Oh, yes.
I was like, oh, Savannah Miller. I'm like, no.
No.
She's not even here. She's at Oregon State, but
get it mixed
No.
up. It happens. It happens, right?
You just give me the name Savannah, and I instantly think it's Miller. What can
Exactly. 9875, a very, very nice routine, and she always does great floor routines on floor. Aaliyah Kelly, 985, very, very nice full in. She did have some foot dance going on at the end there, kind of when she was on the mat, kind of foot dancing. But I feel bad for her. Her ankles are very, very taped.
Well, they're super taped, like up
very,
half,
very taped.
But she also has like the Achilles strip on the back too, like underneath all that tape. But yeah, I enjoy her. I like her.
Yes, no, I do
great.
too. I do too. But her full in was really good. But she was.
However, why we're not in the bar lineup, I don't know.
No, I don't either. Yes, but it is what it is. That's life. Well, maybe she has been in and out like all year. Like she's either in the lineup or she's at the exhibition spot. But we'll see.
Nice full in at the beginning of this routine.
Yes, it was very nice.
So good.
Dawson Sally, she was actually not in the lineup for a while, and now she's been in the last couple weeks at NIU. She was doing exhibition, but a very good front double full. And the Rudy back tuck that she does, her straddle jump is enormous. The thing is huge.
I think the back tuck should be like, let's do like a back layout or like a full or like let's.
Well, didn't she used to do layout step out?
The back tuck is like so open and just
it
high.
is. Didn't she used to do Rudy layout step out when she was in?
Probably, but she also
Legacy?
did double full punch front. So
well, no, she did that last year, and I talked about that. I'm not really sure why. Maybe she was just injured at the beginning of the season and hasn't had time to get that in, because she hasn't even looked like she's doing it. Because she literally comes out in steps, like literally, I know that's how she has to do for the routine, but it doesn't even look like she's preparing to front tuck this year, which is sad because she does a very nice front double full front tuck as well, but no, very nice routine, 9825. And then Macy Neidhart, her lift on her double back is gorgeous. It's so strong, like so stretched. And I know it's a very, very nice high double back. However, her Rudy layout Rudy was a little bit pikey, a little bit chest forward on her punch for that. But the double back is huge. And,
her and I did have a lovely moment at the little food dinner thing that EMU does for the senior, because the senior night and families after, and chatted about how I was like, where's Annalise? She's not here. Well, she's obviously at her own meet, but
right.
We chatted about how Annalise comes to the meets and how it's so fun, and I love their friendship and relationship. So it was good.
Yes, Michigan was busy
they were
competing,
busy
with Penn State on their tail. Yes, but very nice routine for Macy, and it's really cool that you get to go to that senior thing every year. That's fun that you get to go to that dinner. Katie really likes you. 49.225 for us on floor for a 196.2, and this week actually ties our lowest score of 196.2. But we'll have to keep one of them because, things. I will eventually get all of our scores ready and totaled. I have to figure out and relook at the rules just to make sure I know which scores. I know we have to drop our highest and all this stuff. We have to keep all the ways, which we don't have, so we just keep all. And so next week I will have our official first NQS score for us. But we will be keeping one of these 196.2s.
I'm so glad that's your job because my math is not math.
Yes. Never. So up next week in week 10, I can't believe it's week 10 already. And next week is, well, this week, going into next week, will be state meet already, level 9-10 state. God help us. Anyway, Mizzou at Georgia, OU at Arkansas, and then Minnesota UNC. So we've got some Big Ten, some ACC, and some SEC going on next week. So Mizzou at Georgia, OU Arkansas, and Minnesota UNC, and we'll make sure we do post them this week.
Yeah.
Yes, we will
Post them.
Yes. D3 Athlete of the Week is Ariana Goodwin from Whitewater. Her bars, 9.8. As I mentioned, I don't have the video from Ari. She is planning on sending it to me. We'll definitely post it when I get it. And she is one that does the straddle back from a handstand. Straddle back handstand from a handstand on bars as well. So absolutely beautiful straddle back that she has. It's very fast too. A couple of the others are a little more crisp, like a little more controlled. Hers just snaps to handstand really quick. But it is also D3 championship weekend. And so we will do our annual alum day post highlighting the top routines from our D3 athletes. We'll have our athlete of the week but then we'll also have our some highlighted routines because it is championship time for them. Some podcast socials that you definitely need to follow if you're not already. The Region 5 College Salute podcast on Instagram. That's where everything is posted. D3 athlete, MVP, occasional week highlights, videos, our podcast. Kim has pictures someday. They'll get there someday. Region 5 College Salute on YouTube. Podcast segments, our podcast video is posted there. Extra routines, special content, all that type of stuff. So those two channels follow to keep up with our R5 alums all season long and in the off season, because obviously our Region 5 alumni conversations, our R5 conversations, and other content that we post. So our College Salute podcast on Instagram and the College Salute on YouTube. Please go check those out. We had a debut kind of, but I think she actually debuted last week in one of their away meets. But we had two exhibitions from Jade Kolobensky. How do you say her last name? Kolobensky. She's from Olympia. Jade G.
Oh yeah, Jade.
Yeah. It's a mouthful. Her bars, very very nice Maloney pack, but her dismount, I'm not sure what was going on there. She was very short and like kind of. Yes. It's fine. Jumped to her stomach. Basically, just fell to her stomach out of her double back. It was rather interesting. Not sure about that, Jade. That was funny, but and she also was on beam. She did have a fall in her series, but it was great to see her out there. I know a couple weeks ago when I was at Northern, she said she was going to be getting in the lineup or getting into at least exhibitions. She's been hurt this year, and so that was good to see her because I haven't seen her this year, so that was fun to see her compete. But yeah, that dismount on bars, I was like, what the heck was that? It was crazy. And it was even funnier on the stream versus where I was sitting from, because I was right there in the camera. So but congratulations, Jade, getting out there competing, and hopefully your injuries are handled and that's not bothering you anymore. So now let's break it all down in the meets we watched, and they did that or didn't. We'll start with ISU, Western Michigan, and EMU, because obviously Kim was there. And before we kind of break the highlights down, do you have anything to say, as that was your final meet in the chair for 2026?
It was very sad. It's ending. It's over. No more meets. I didn't do enough. I did tell Katie, though. I was like, listen, when my swim schedule comes out, I'll let you know what it is so you can plan your meet schedule around it.
And I'm sure she said, okay.
She did. She goes, well, let me know. I was dying. I'm like, we'll have to coordinate this better so I can do all of them.
Yeah, I'm feeling that's not going to be a thing. So you'll just get what you get.
Well, you know what? If Betty White continues to have her birthday on when she does, like Betty White's birthday is like on Monday this year. So like the next year. So like the Golden Girl Classic, like let's do this on a Friday, maybe a Sunday, because swim is on Saturday. So let's cross our fingers for that one, because I was bummed I missed that meet. Let me tell you.
Maybe she can plan that one. Maybe one is easy to work around.
But basketball gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, that basketball, men's and women's. So it's hard. It's tough.
Yeah, and then there's like other things that go in there sometimes.
True.
And why are so many places called convocation centers?
I don't know.
What exactly is a convocation center? Like,
isn't that what convocation? Isn't that what like the ceremony is called when you graduate? Isn't that what that's called? A convocation, like a graduation ceremony? No, I know, but isn't there like isn't that a name for something? And I think that's why it's called that, because everyone has graduations in these places. I don't know.
But somebody else said something about a convocation center, and I was like, why is everything a convocation center?
Yeah, Northern has one, EMU has one.
However, I did chat with our peoples about the non-highlight reel.
Oh, I did notice that. We didn't have one of those.
Well, I hope they're really not listening, but I was like, listen, can we not do like falls in the highlight reel? Like the last 2 times, like there's been falls in the highlight reel. I'm like, that's not a highlight. And the one guy goes, well, coming from the broadcast professional. I'm like, yeah, you are the broadcast professional. He goes, we're trying to build a story here. I'm like, well, can we call it a story reel? Because like falls aren't highlights. And I'm like, you guys have never done this before. Like this is like last year you didn't put falls in the highlights. Like only this year you have. I'm like, but it's a highlight. Like you highlight the good stuff, not the falls.
Right.
He said we'll try better.
Well, I don't remember them having any falls in that broadcast reviews. I mean, if they were reviewing the routine, that was a fall. But
I'm talking about
highlights
in between.
No, I know. Right, they didn't do that.
No,
this
they
time
didn't.
They didn't do it. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I told him the gym turnet is up in arms.
There you go. Or Kim, either one.
I was like,
it could be just Kim, but
I'm like, when Gwen Cantu ringed herself around the low bar, like that was funny, but we should have could we have seen her double layout?
Yeah, I have a
It's not just
suggestion.
me. Other people don't want to see the falls either. Okay, it's the gym turnet. It's up in arms.
True. Yep. Okay, so let's break down some of the action we did see, and we saw Mackenzie.
And no Eagles came. I didn't see a single Eagle.
Oh no, there were no Eagles. You're right. I know you were all wondering. What was about that meet that there were Eagles? I swear to God, it had something to do with it. No, that wasn't the hats. That was at Cal. I have no idea why there were Eagles.
Single Eagle.
Yeah.
No mascot came to visit.
Kim was very disappointed with all the Eagles. Oh, well. All right. Mackenzie Flutman from ISU. We got to see Mackenzie. I haven't really seen much of her. She is from Flipstar, but very nice front double full. Very, very nice front double full and a 1.5 front pike. Very nice floor routine. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it very much. It was an ISU party at EMU. 100%.
Oh, it so was. Listen,
everything.
They had glasses. They had pom-poms. They also had letters.
Yes,
and
when
they
they're doing the floor routine. It was so fun.
I was like, what is happening over there, and why do I not have any letters? And then the parents at the EMU parents, they had fingers and glow sticks and pom-poms, and Gwen's mom brought some of that stuff, and I was like, why did I not get any fingers and glow sticks and pom-poms? Like, I love a good glow stick party over here. Like, next time, please.
That'd be hilarious when they would come to you and Brent to show you guys, and you'd have your hands with the fingers or like glow sticks on. That would be hilarious. That would be funny.
I've had the pom poms or the 10 signs, but
right.
And they used to put stuff up at like the front for people, and every time I go up there, it's like there's nothing ever up there.
Not there.
But I saw the glow sticks. I was like, come on.
That was fun. But no, they were having a party every time. They would, and like in between and around other events, like they would walk around and go do. I mean, it was like every single time they would show them. They're just having a blast, an absolute blast. And they
had a whole tub full of these shenanigans. Like, if I knew ISU better, I would have gone to the tub and got myself some shenanigans. But I don't know them like that. If it was like Western or Eastern, like sure, I can have some shenanigans. But like, oh my God, I wanted some shenanigans.
Yeah, no, they were having a blast, and I was all for it. It was my
favorite was the ISU letters. As soon as those letters came out, I was like, what is happening? I was so excited on the floor. No,
that was fun. Jaylee Jones from ISU, a very, very nice double pike with a very strong landing shape. Like she is very aggressive in her landing. And then her aerial layout step out was gorgeous on beam. Absolutely gorgeous. Jersey from ISU, very nice Hindorf.
Yeah. I made them replay it because they missed it. I was like, listen, we got to go back to this one.
They didn't miss it. They didn't miss it. You missed it.
I made them replay it.
They didn't miss it. Right. Yes. Like you guys missed it because I think you were watching Floor or something and that came on that little box, but I did see it.
But I made them go back. I could not get to that talk back button fast enough.
Yes.
And some days I don't use it. I'm like, where's that button? I was like,
Hindorf.
Replay. I need a replay.
Hindorf.
Sometimes I don't know if they hear me either because you just press the button and there's no, like it doesn't give you any kind of like, in your ear.
Yeah.
Like, that someone's, like, listening now? No.
Right.
So I'm just like, replay.
Well, we didn't get to see a very nice piked Hindorf that I was very disappointed in, but we'll get there in a little bit. Janae Daniel is back in the lineups. I didn't really know if that's, like, recent or if it's, like, this weekend. But nice vault, very nice, and bars, very nice double layout dismount. Her double layout dismount is very, very nice. But glad to see Janae back in the lineup. Yes, can't do, can do. I did like that in your commentary. That was funny.
Thank you. It just came to me.
Very, very nice double layout off bars as usual. But Gwen, you might want to go back to doing bail handstand. Maybe next season, Jaeger, kip cast hand, bail hand. Because this bail out of this Jaeger is And
I always
after
think she's going to get her feet on the low bar because she doesn't
Right.
swing up over the low bar enough.
Right, she rushes.
So,
She
I always
rushes
think
it.
she's
So
gonna
like,
ring around the low bar.
right, because it's sad because her Jaeger's nice and her double layout's nice. It's the connection in between there that gets a little hectic,
Well,
and it's like,
and it was funny because me and the judges that judged this weekend also judged at the Showtime meet that I was at in Frankenmuth, and like Kim Riley and stuff. And they were chatting about about her bail and how she rang around the low bar a couple weeks ago and thought she was going to do it again. And Kim Riley was like, I don't understand why she just didn't do a middle circle.
a middle
Like
circle.
out of it. Like, why didn't you
Yes.
just middle circle? I'm like, you know what? Funny thing is, she said something about doing a middle circle, just, to stay on the bar out of it.
I find it so funny that you guys call that middle circle, because it's mill circle.
I
Like
call
the
it a middle circle.
I know.
okay?
I was like, I've never
it's
heard
a
that
mill.
until you said that.
It's a mill, M-I-L-L.
Right, I know.
get
It's just so funny. So funny.
But I always called
Cracks me
it,
up.
growing up, it was always a middle circle because there's a front hip circle, a back hip
Yeah,
circle, and this
I
is
get
in
it.
the
I
middle.
get why you would call that based
Why
on
is it
that,
called a mill
that analogy, but I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it is called. I don't know. But it's funny. But anyway,
Middle makes more sense.
I would just say go and try to go back to bail handstand. That's just my suggestion because it's just that Jaeger's so
Or-
nice in the double layout.
Or Gwen, catch the Jaeger a little further.
Or you could do that too and let it
I
swing
feel
out.
like
But still,
it's when she catches the Jaeger too close that.
yeah, but I still think it's rushed. Like she rushes it in a little bit, but it's just bad. It's just like because her Jaeger, like I said, is so nice, and she ends the double layout. It's gorgeous.
But she can
Beautiful.
stick a double layout like nobody's business.
She can. She can do.
Can do.
Yes, she
Boom.
can. Boom, done. Jackie does do bars, and Kim, we had talked about
Really?
this, and she has done bars 8 of 9 meets, but unfortunately, Kim missed the one meet that she did not do it in, or Kim was at the meet she did not do it in, and so she thought she wasn't sure. They said she does, but yeah, she did 8 of 9 meets, and she has a very, very nice Maloney Bail handstand. Absolutely
She
very
has
nice.
great bars. Her
Maloney
bars
handstand.
are gorgeous.
Yes, they always
mean,
have been. They always have been. So, you apparently have proved me wrong, but I remember you saying that Reese Samuelson has just started judging this year, and I'm like, she's been judging for at least 3 years, if not more, but probably 3.
Clearly, I didn't speak with a comma. Okay, I didn't allow the comma to come
You should
out.
have like you texting, say comma. At least
Yeah,
more
I should have
comma.
said. I should have said she passed her judging, comma, last year was at a couple meets. Like I saw her at a couple, like even college meets
Got
last
it.
year and other
Got
meets.
it.
But I know
Understand.
she took her test when we were at JPAC camp because that's where
Yes,
she did
yes. So she's been
So,
judging for quite a bit of time. She
has
always
the
judges
last 2
Aspire.
years.
Yeah, she judges Aspire. That's like the meet during Christmas time when she comes back. She's always at Aspire, getting to judge. So because she doesn't get a lot of opportunities
But
to
you
do
know,
so.
you have to
Obviously,
remember, sometimes I have to, Brent talks a lot too. So for us to try to fit tidbits in and him analyze things and, me want to go over to that event, but the
Right.
screen's on that event, it's a lot.
I get it. I get
There's
it.
a lot going on that day.
No, I get it now that the comma just
breaking.
right. The comma. Oh yeah. Oh god. The comma just did not.
No.
It was not
The comma
commenting.
did not come out.
No, it
Next
did
time
not.
I will say comma.
There you go. And I do agree. Yes, as we all know, Kim was correct. Julie Carfidge, I can never say her last name. I know Julie is absolutely fire on the competition floor. I love her gymnastics. One of my faves. Definitely 100%.
Made sure I got that in there.
Yes, you did. But no, I do love watching her gymnastics. Kennedy Cooper was having a Simone Biles day on floor, and she was not having it with that line. That line was not there. She had no need for that white line this week. It was not there. However, very nice full in though. She did step out of bounds on it, but it was very nice.
Speaking of Kennedy Cooper, guess who was at the meet? Diane Ali.
Oh, of course she
as soon
was.
as I saw her walk in. I was like, and then she texted
The
me, and I
ultimate
just-
gymnastics fan. Ultimate gymnastics fan. Her daughters have been done with gymnastics for God knows how long. It's been a while.
but
And she's still out there, still cheering on these
supporting
Region
those
5 kids.
Former Oakland babies. It's the former
Yes,
Oakland babies.
I know, but the Region 5 athletes, she'll
too.
support everyone.
That
She'll
too.
go to, if she could, she'd go. If Nationals were in Michigan, she would be there with 5s in her hand. You know that for 100%.
Absolutely.
She might not travel far to watch Level 10 Nationals, but if it's close enough, she'd she'd be there the whole weekend. She'd be there every session with the 5 in her hand.
We would be there for it and enjoy it, and we would
exactly
give her
100%. Diana Lee is gymnastics royalty in Region 5, parent royalty, I should say. She is phenomenal. We all love her. And so, yes, it does not surprise me that she was there.
Her husband was there too. Both of them, they came. It was great. It was so good to see them.
That's awesome. So, USA Gymnastics, we need to bring the Dev Nationals somewhere in the Michigan area. I'm not sure where we would do that, if downtown Detroit, I don't know, but
at Cobo, probably.
Cobo, and then Diana Lee can just
and she can be the Region 5 hype woman.
Yes, there you go.
I have bags of pom poms and glasses and crap.
You have truckfuls, cratefuls of stuff that Kim travels with and things.
There's so much Region 5 stuff. It's coming out of my ears.
Sinai Evans from Eastern Michigan. She gets right up in that corner with her toes, high up on her toes, like literally at the edge of the white line, to go do her front double back, yet doesn't even come remotely close to the other corner. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, why are you like, I mean, if you're running a little far and you're like right at the edge and you need extra space, I get that. That's fine. But the fact is, she's all up in that corner and she doesn't even come close to the other corner. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, what are you doing, girl? But that front to double back was very nice. I thought that was funny.
I forgot who it was, but one of them did this thing with Katie.
Oh, the antics. I love the antics. And then each team. Oh, did you see in Stanford? So we could talk about it at Stanford, but it's part of, like, the idea is the same. When they were talking about the 5 C's or whatever in their thing. One of them is the celly. So like they're like in their thing is about celebrations and stuff in there, which I think is funny because that's basically this year, the celebrations. Each team earned a 49 plus in this competition. Western almost earned 2, but they each had a 49 plus on one event, and none of them on the same event. Which is hilarious. I don't remember who had what, but I know vault was not one of them. Beam, floor, and bars were the 3, and none of them had the same event. They were all on different events. So I think Eastern had a 49 on floor.
There was, during warm-ups, I wish they would have gotten this like on the pre-meet fluff that they do. There was a girl from Western who rides the Bronco around, like she was riding it around the floor through them while they were warming up. So funny. You know they have a Bronco.
That's funny. Yes. Well, no, I know because you had it in the on the score flasher, and I posted that on our story.
Well, I didn't have
so there's horse. Well, I know, but you took a picture of it horsing around. I said horsing around at EMU apparently.
Oh yeah, it was funny.
So yes, so. So that's EMU for Kim this year and last home meet. We'll obviously have more for them, obviously MAC championships and et cetera later on. Well, not later on, a couple weeks down the road. CMU NIU, the final home meet of NIU. My kids were sad. My twins were sad. They don't get to come watch another meet until next year. That's Katie. Katie's like, we have to wait till next year. I'm like, yes, Katie, we have to wait till next year. This meet was so long. I mean, every fan in the crowd was shown, I think. I mean, they were doing a lot of filler because these judges were just having a moment. There was an injury, which we'll get to in a second, and that caused a little bit of a problem. But then it just seemed to snowball, and like just so many judging conferences and just long times to get scores up, and it just seemed like it took forever. Very, very long. Christine McDonald from CMU called few team huddles during events just for the delays, and they would do some cheers or whatever. It just seemed very, very long. I know that Christy, the commentator, also said it just felt very long. But obviously that was the time where they got to see, good old me on the broadcast. Was the in between times when they had to show the fans. They were getting sick of watching the basketball player. Actually, the boys, NIU boys that helped set up our meet, they were shown there as well. And that basketball player that apparently is 7 foot tall, they showed him for a while, and just a bunch of stuff. But it was very long. Ellie Johnson, or Gabrielle Johnson, as everyone else knows her apparently on broadcasts. Very nice toe-hand Ray Bale combo. It was absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Ava Boots. Not the best competition for Ava. I felt bad because Ava's a phenomenal athlete. But she is a Sam Peszak twin. through and through. I mean, I was watching her, and she just has the same mannerisms because, Sam was one of my favorite athletes to watch. And like when I would go to championships, or I just watch Sam and do what she does, whatever. And she just has the same mannerisms, just the way she handles herself before routines, while waiting for routines, and it was just like, but obviously her face is very similar to Sam's face. And I just never realized, how much Ava Boots reminds me of Sam Peszak. And, it's awesome. But I just felt bad for Ava because, like I said, she just didn't have her vault. When does she ever miss a front tuck half? Never. It's usually huge. And that was the start to her competition. And it was just, she hit floor, but it wasn't her best floor routine. And then she happened to fall on beam. So it just wasn't her best meet. But Sam lookalike 100%. Another twin that was in the competition. Now, they're a couple years apart in age, so they can't necessarily be twins. But Luciana and Zoe Pilfrey are definitely twins. They do, they look the same. They must have been separated at birth a few years apart, as I said. But awesome. They are hilarious. When they do their little things, they're hilarious. They have their little like hand gesture, like, hip thing. I mean, it's funny. It's funny to watch them. Thank you, Luciana, for allowing us these years to enjoy your awesome gymnastics. And I did not take for granted while I watched you do gymnastics this week, knowing that I would watch you on TV at MAC championships and during regionals and what have you, but I wouldn't get to see it live ever again. And definitely took advantage of that and enjoyed the performances because we all love watching you do gymnastics. It's just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous gymnastics. Christy, it is not a piked ginger. It is a Oh no, I'm sorry. No. Was this the layout ginger? She called it a layout ginger. It's a deltchev. It's an executedly perfect deltchev. Like, it's done correctly. Really it was funny because McKenna Brooks, she came up to me and said, I can't, thank you for reminding me, because I was the one at high tech camp that told her what this release was, because they kept telling me she was a ginger. I'm like, it's not a ginger. She literally Arabians off the bar. And she's like, we were talking about that a little bit, she told a couple of her teammates that didn't know me, they were, said, he's the one that told me my release, his name is a deltchev. And that's what she told me. She pointed at me. I didn't see her do that, but she told me after the meet. That's funny. And, that was fun, but beautiful deltchev, but it is not a layout ginger. And also Savannah West does a Hindorf, not a Tkachev. Now, it's the same family of releases, but it is not a Tkachev. It was a Hindorf, and a very nice one at that. Why hasn't Jocelyn Harbeck started doing all around sooner? I don't understand. She does 2 events exhibition, and she competes vault and floor, and she's been competing vault and floor. Her bars needs to be in lineup. Her bars is, it's a little bit loose in the legs, but it's good routine, and they need a solid hit routine. I don't know why she's not in lineup. She needs to be, and she hasn't even done exhibition this year, which I don't know. She has done exhibition beam a couple times, but she's also been in the lineup on beam, in and out. But she could do all around. She could do all 4 events. Northern needs a consistent all-arounder. Now, she may put up 9.725, 9.75 in all 4 events. She goes 9.75, that's a 39. So, I don't know why she's not doing all around. And was she injured in her 4 years? Because they need her back next year. They need her back. Kira O'Shea is hopefully coming back, cross your fingers. But Jocelyn is doing awesome. I just love watching Jocelyn. I love watching her do floor, and I just love, she is so what's the word I'm trying to think of on floor? The meets don't phase her. She literally is just so free and just having fun and enjoying herself, and and with her teammates and everything about it. It's not a stress situation for Jocelyn. She goes when she's ready, as we talked about a few weeks ago. That hasn't happened in the last couple of weeks, but no, she just enjoys. But I love to see her do all around because she's good. She's good. Yeah. I talked about this routine to Kim, and I said we need to talk about it, and then when I watched the stream, unfortunately it did not do it justice at all. Jenna Garmond from CMU, her face is looking in the camera, her expressions with the crowd, the teammates, judges, all priceless. It was so fun to watch live. And I watched it on the tape, and our camera's in the back of her head. I was like, you can't see anything in this floor routine. It sucked. I was like, a couple times you could see it, but the camera angles that they used sucked because I was on the side that faced her, and you could see it all, and it was so much fun. She definitely knows how to perform a floor routine 100%. Front through to double back was also very, very nice. But I felt sad that we didn't get to see that on the stream, so others could, watch her faces. And you'll get the opportunities and may have already seen her before and know what I'm talking about. But Heather Parker, I really like country music, Heather. I really, really do. I'm a huge country music fan. But I need more country in the choreo. I call it vanilla of Countryside. Very vanilla. It was not, she could put a little bit more. It's a nice routine. She tumbles well. She's got energy. It's not like it's boring. It's not boring. But it's just, if you're going to use country music, you got to use a little more country, and like this at the end and a couple other things don't necessarily, we just need a little more country. Not bashing the routine at all. I like I said, the energy and the tumbling. I'm just a huge country music fan, and when people use country, I expect the country line dancing type things. And I just wasn't getting that. CMU have many who wear those shin calf. I put that shin calf things. We won't mention what I put. You can imagine if you can read our notes how that happened. I don't know. We won't repeat that. But I did that. At our we do weight training at the gym, and we have a weight room, so we do some weight stuff. And I had something with shin or something, but I had in there, and I had this exact same word on our thing, posted on the wall, and the girls brought it to my attention. But anyway, you can imagine replacing the N with something else. Calf sleeves, those things that they wear, like a bunch of them do. I'm like, what are they assisting with? Are they keeping legs warm, shin issues, calf issues? Like what?
It's compression.
Do they do? Is it just compression to try to
for circulation and
compression? Okay, so
they're compression sleeves.
Got it. All right. Yeah, because at first I thought it was just they all tape it. Then I realized those are actually things that you put on. They just look like they're taped on. But
yeah, they help with like reducing swelling and circulation and some stabilization, depending on what kind they are.
Understanding. That's what I figured. But it's funny because a lot of them do wear them. Ava Wilmeyer is very springy, very nice double pike. Her jumps are way up in the air. I did get to talk to her a bit after the meet. That was cool to kind of catch up. I did ask her where Jersey was. Jersey had a slight ankle issue, so she was pulled out of the competition to rest that for the end of the season. That's why we didn't see Jersey. She is not like fully injured, like she's out. She was there and moving around. I didn't get to talk to her. I wanted to, but I asked Ava, and that's what she told me. So thank God, because they need Jersey too. Talked to Christy, the commentator. I coached her. She mentioned me on the broadcast and what have you. I got to talk to her a little bit. The Kimichik family, or Kiminisic is how the announcers pronounced her name. Yes, Leah Kiminisic. So I got to see.
The commentator said it right though.
No, not the commentator was fine. It was the announcer in the arena. Got to see Keely with her little one. We got to see them at the banquet. Got to see him again. Her whole family. Talked to her mom a little bit. McKenna, again, I already said thanked me for telling her that her release was a deltchev. Talked to Zoe for a little while. She is returning to floor. She will also vault next year. So she's going to be in 3 events, hopefully next year, but she has to do a lot of maintenance with her legs. Her legs are I think she also wears those things on her shins. But exciting to see floor because Zoe is very good on floor. She was an all-star on floor, very medaled actually at that meet. I think 3rd on floor. So she's a very good floor worker, but looking forward to that. But she did say she will be on floor, doing some floor as the season goes on, although they're have very short amount of meets left before max. Finally, I've seen 4 meets, I think, at NIU. Finally, Michaela Brown hit her layout, solid as a rock. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think she's done it about 4 times. I know she fell on one. She grabbed the beam once. I think she wobbled on it, but this is the first solid layout. Love that series. I will post this video on our Instagram. Drake White and Dawson Sally dancing. It has a dance fest. It was very fun to watch. They are hilarious together. Enjoyed that. That was before vault. And again, there was a lot of waiting, so there was a lot of time for this. But I did catch a video of it. I'll put that up. But Drake's front to double back, by the way, very, very nice. Drake is doing really well. Sometimes I don't feel she gets the scores that she deserves, but she's doing really well. You can clearly tell that Liz had done something to her wrist when she caught the bar, as you had mentioned, the grip. And I know the commentary is like, is there a bad grip? Something with her grip. No, you could tell she's like holding her hand like this. I mean, who does that with a grip? You just go like this with your grip. My grip, my grip.
Not the grip.
Right.
Even like, she's like, watch her hand on the high bar. It's when she caught on the high bar. No, ma'am.
Yes. They quickly removed her from the arena. She went through the NIU tunnel, big blow-up tunnel thing, in through there, and we never saw her again. She did go to the hospital. I do know this just because I know the family well, and obviously her aunt is a coach at UGA. Her uncle owns UGA, so know a lot about it. I know it happened. I'm not going to say because I don't know if it's been released or what have you, but it is an injury and she will be out. She's done for the season. She'll be out. And so unfortunately, but I hope for a speedy recovery because she was just the MAC gymnast of the week last week for like a 9.8 on bars, and her blindfold Ginger was good and into the bail. She did a beautiful one in warm up. It was absolutely gorgeous in warm up. And so it's sad, but yeah, we hope that Liz has a speedy recovery for next season.
Oh my God.
This I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember this part.
Because did you watch the broadcast?
I did.
Oh,
remember I told you I had to.
But after Avery does bars, the commentator was like, Avery, right, part of the youth movement of the Huskies. I was like,
oh, I did remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
And then
yes.
After like any freshman did anything, especially McKenna Brooks, he was like, she really grew up in front of our eyes tonight. What? What? Like, what?
She did have good meat, though. She did have a good meat.
I know, but, like, she really grew up in front of our eyes. Like, what was she, like, 10 when we started the first
and
rotation? Now she's, like, 20? Like, what do you mean? Like, come on.
That is funny.
I couldn't.
Yes.
And then they said, Ava Boots on beam. Okay, a front toss to a flutter is not a three-skill connection.
No, you're right. It's not.
No.
And when I first read that,
I went back and watched it 4 times because I was like, are we talking about something else? No. What she did when the commentator was talking about that's a great 3-skill connection. Front toss to flutter.
Yeah. When I read it first on our notes, I thought you said it meant 3/10 connection. And I'm like,
no,
it's 2/10, but okay. I mean, she may have messed up, but now I get it. Yes. No, you're right. No, it's definitely not a 3/10 connection.
And a soul circle on bars is not necessarily a mishap. People do those instead of a squat on.
Correct.
FYI.
Correct.
And the one that Jocelyn did was clearly not a mishap. It was clearly intentional.
Yeah. Some do that because they don't squat on well, and so they just go instead of do the squat on dance that some athletes do.
Yeah. TED Talk done.
Exactly.
And I was, honestly, I have to say, some of the CMU floor routines, like, and I've seen these before, but never just, like, focused on them. And we all know Luciana's, like, her floor routine is beautiful. Her sister does the choreography. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. But some of the other ones, okay, Jenna's is good too. But, like, some of the other ones, like, I just expect more. Like,
well, that's what I was saying about the country.
Some are kind of boring. And, like, if they're just hopping around or bopping around, like, there's no real dance in them. It's just, like, elevated poses. And also there's, like, some people that have a competitive dance background, I would think your floor routines would be a little bit more. Like your JO floor routines, your club floor routines were a little bit more. And I was really disappointed with this one because it, like, just was not. Mm-hmm. So, but I just think some of their floor routines could just be a little bit more. I need more. I need more dance. I need more choreography.
Zoe Zimmerman's is good too.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's a lot of walking around and some shimmy shakes or like a few poses. Like, I just need more. I just want more choreography from some of them.
Northern's is very similar to that too on some of the routines.
Just saying.
Yep. Stanford at Oregon State. Love this competition. I was unfortunate we didn't get to see Anna Barbusu in all of her gymnastics. We only got to see one event. And we didn't get to see all of that event, unfortunately, because she changed her routine for this meet. You did like the fact that she worked out of it.
She worked through that like a champ. Like, if you were just like weren't focusing on that routine, you would have never really realized like she messed up because she just kind of like went through it like a champ.
Yep. No, I definitely agree. She missed her foot on a toe hand, went back up and did it again. But she does a Pike Hindorf immediate pack, and she did it the week before at NC State because I was watching this meet, and then that meet came on. And then I watched the first rotation, and I fell asleep after that. So I didn't see the rest of it. But I did watch her do her first event, and she does piked Hindorf into a pack. And she did not do that. She did a pack and then the Maloney half, or clear half, whatever it was. At this meet, so we didn't get to see her in all her glory of bars or in any other event. Her 2.5 front on floor is gorgeous. And she did it. I know that. That's what I'm saying. No, at this meet, yes, but she didn't do the routine she did a week before at NC State. They changed her routine, which I did not know that when I was watching it first. But then when I saw the meet after that came on ESPN or on YouTube, she had done a Maloney or a piked Hindorf into a pack, and I'm like, oh, why didn't she compete that routine? But anyway, Levi, and I'm not even going to say her whole name, her extension and pencil straight handstands, gorgeous, beautiful lines she has. Her Maloney to a floaty pack, I mean, that thing just hung up there. And then whip double back. She does whip half too. She does whip half front full. Beautiful whip double back. Like, her gymnastics is just so pretty, and it's, I hope she continues doing elite too, because that'd be fun. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I know she did a social media post about trying doing her elite routines or her elite skills still. And so we'll see if that happens. The vaulting in this meet from both teams. How many different vaults could we see in one meet? We saw full-ons. We saw Yurchenko fulls. We saw 1.5s. We saw front handsprings on the board. We saw half-on front handsprings on the board, or half-on front handsprings on the table. I mean, we saw almost every single vault you possibly can do except for Suk's. There was not a Suk. But every other Yurchenko vault form we saw in this meet. Anna Roberts, her 10-0 Yurchenko 1.5. Beautiful vault. We saw a perfect Yurchenko full from Soma. 9.95 on that. I mean, it was just, from both teams, they both were doing good vaults. Like, vault was sticking and landing and solid. I mean, it was fun to see. Haven't seen a vault meet like that this year. Usually, sometimes we see that from Oklahoma, and we haven't really seen that this year in Oklahoma either. Soma's bars as well. The air time, the swing of dynamics in the swing, the double layout stick, everything about it from Stanford. Absolutely gorgeous bar routine. The commentator does, Kim, have everyone going to the Olympic Games.
Oh my God!
But they just might. I mean, there's like some good gymnastics.
This one has dual citizenship with Turkey, and she could go to the Olympics. And I want this one on floor to go to the Olympics. Like,
Stanford may have in LA. Stanford may their whole team may be on the Olympic floor
on some Olympic team, clearly. Like,
yes, but no, that was funny. But yeah, I'm going to go in the Olympic Games, but they might just go. I mean,
they could.
Good gymnasts,
if they want to.
Exactly.
I mean, the girl something Duggan. I can't remember her first name, but Jenna Duggan. Yep. She has dual citizenship with Turkey, and let's go. Does Turkey have a gymnastics team? Has she competed internationally for Turkey? But they might now. Who knows? He put that on there into the gymternet.
Gymtersphere. Yes.
Gymtersphere.
Yes. No, that's.
If she shows up at the 2028 Olympics, I'm just gonna.
Yep.
I owe him a quarter.
We'll see them. There you go. Do leaps take off?
Do leaps take off?
Yeah. Do they take off?
Yeah.
1 or 2 feet?
1. Split jumps, on the other hand, are 2, especially a switch split. It's 2 feet. It's not a switch split leap. Like, that annoys me. The girl does switch leap, yes, to 1 foot, duh. Then she goes split jump, and then it's a switch split jump. It's not a switch split leap from 2 feet. It's not a leap.
Yeah.
A leap.
I think it was the switch leap, split jump, and then the switch jump or switch split jump. But yes, no, that was funny. Yes, I know you did. Good job.
Good
job. You know your
leaps.
leaps.
They're leaping. They're not switch jumping.
Oregon State's lead off on beam, Mia Heather. Awesome front toss to Corbett. No hesitation at all. That was a very good one.
Give me a good Corbett any day, and I am satisfied. But I didn't even get to see the rest of the beam routine.
But give a good Corbett that comes out of a front toss with no hesitation any day. Yes, 100%.
That too.
That was really good. The Memel turn of Sienna Robinson. Holy crap, that thing was good.
She's going to the Olympics.
Oh yeah, she's going to the Olympics too. Everyone's going. Well, she was a U.S. elite for a while. I remember won championships. She rotated with Lily Lippett. And
she reminds me of Lori Hernandez.
Yes, I agree. I love the wink at the end of her final pose on floor, and the broadcast made sure we saw that.
We did.
They replayed it in slow motion, so we had to see that. But very, very strange back handspring problem on beam at this competition. Like her first hand missed, and she grabbed the beam and like stepped down on it, didn't fall off, stood up, went to repeat it, back handspring, the other hand missed or slid off sideways, and then she ended up doing a back handspring layout, which she didn't get credit for because she can't do 3 back handsprings in a routine. And that was crazy, and that also took some time to get that score up, but that was just weird back handspring issue, especially that first one. But no, the Memel turn, absolutely gorgeous there. Very, very nice double layout, jaw-dropping double layout, absolutely gorgeous for Taylor Wynn. I was like, wow. And she does the mic drop in her routine, and indeed, a mic drop. You mic dropped that double layout for sure.
Yeah,
and then I love the
threw her up in the air like she was
and
like
crowd
nothing.
surfed her, like moved her. I know, it was like light feathers. Just throw the feather up in the air. Awesome. But no, that double layout, I was like, holy crap, that was absolutely gorgeous double layout, landing straight up and down, literally no pike at all, hips completely open. And then Savannah Miller is leading the leading the Oregon State in the middle of the floor to the crowd, like kind of before floor doing the OSU or whatever. She apparently is going to be the hype girl now, and that's awesome. I don't know if the seniors do that, like that's the seniors' job, or if she just does it or what, but I thought that was fun and loved that. To see that Savannah out there, because in club Savannah was never like, not that she wasn't outgoing, but she's not as she's very kind of subdued, a little bit into herself, not into herself like in a negative way, just very not out there, not big personality per se, but she definitely has a bigger personality. Bigger personality now after college. So, but that was fun to see. Enjoyed that. But that competition I do really love, and that vaulting there was awesome. And I'm glad I got to watch that. We chose to watch that meet, even if we only had 3 scores from the competition. And then for other, it was Big Fours. I don't know how many of them you watched. I watched all 3 of them. Took some notes, mostly on our Region 5 alums, except for the last one. But Ellie Monahan, 3 events for Penn State. Very, very nice half-in, half-out dismount on bars. Haley Tyson, we got to see compete. She competed on floor. Very nice Rudy layout step-out. Very, very nice. Gianna Gertis, full out stick, stay, and slay. Head back to sell it. There's my stick, stay, and slay when we get there. Gianna Gertis. It was absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Q, 9-9 on floor. Very, very nice full in. She's had some problems with her last pass. Not in this competition. Front to double back. Very, very well landed. Marissa Rojas, from Iowa, competed on beam. Very nice triple flight, even though she did have a wobble on it. It was very, very nice. Enjoyed that. Natalie Martin for Ohio State, 2 9-9s, vault and beam. Very, very well done. Enjoyed watching Natalie again this week. Great bar set from Ava Jordan from Michigan, AJ. Rocked that double tuck. Beautiful. Very, very solid bars. Very nice Jaeger for her as well. 39.425 for Tucker from MSU, having a great all-around performance, even though MSU did not have a very good day. This was not their best competition by far. Had some struggles, not necessarily struggles with gymnastics falls and stuff like that, just landings and just finishes and wobbles and stuff like that. This wasn't their day, but it was good one for Tucker. 9.925 for the beam queen, Sarah Morrow. Very, very nice, solid on all. The gainer full that rose and just dropped to a stick. It was very, very nice. And then not Region 5, but I loved Liv Karras' name for Chloe Choe, the Choe Show. Chloe Choe is a pleasure to watch. Handstands, form, Maloney, half, double layout that just rocked. Beautiful full in. Everything she does on beam. She might compete for Korea, so there's another Olympic possibility there. I don't remember if it was South Korea or North Korea. I have a feeling it's South.
Time out. Think about that. Which do you think it is?
It's South.
Yes.
Yes, because North Korea
they wouldn't let her out.
True. They don't even do gymnastics anymore. They just stay in their country. We don't even see them, which they have some phenomenal gymnasts too. But you're correct. It's South Korea. And hopefully she'll make the Olympics. So yes to that. Look forward to seeing Chloe, however, at Big Tens, because I'm, cross your fingers, I am going to be able to go at Illinois, and so I'll get to see her live, and that'll be fun because I have not had that opportunity. So, it was a quick replay. As we mentioned, we weren't going to have Big Four as one of our meets because there are a lot of them, and, it is what it is.
I didn't watch it.
And she didn't watch it, but I definitely watched all of them because I wanted to, see what the Big Ten looks like going into Big Ten championships, and I, got some highlights of what we saw, so... All right, very comfortable in 2026, of course, this season while podcasting in comfort as I am today. The College Salute and the Region 5 Insider are now affiliates of Comfort. If you'd like to live in comfort, use our code JASON272 for 15% off your purchase. Join us in comfort while you watch or listen to our show every week. And of course, it helps us, with the wonderful budget that we have to do our podcast. We have a social salute, only one. We probably had more, but this one we had to put on there because Gwen and Kim things. Obviously, Gwen and Kim always end up doing something when they have a meet, at least once a year. So, Kim, do you want to explain your wonderful time with Gwen?
This kind of started last year-ish, but come on. Gwen and Janae do a TikTok every meet, every single time. And I just keep, they come through the TikTok and I see them over and over. So I just learned the ones that they do. And so senior night last year we did one. And so again, this year I'm like, Gwen, I'm ready. We're going to do this TikTok. And that's where the TikTok comes from but it took a few takes for us to do this one because this eating thing that you're supposed to do.
Yes. That was funny.
She was going to go. She's like, okay, I'll go first and I'll eat first. I'm like, but we kept doing it at the same time. I'm like, listen, I have to do it first or it's going to screw me right up. So it was pretty good. And Bailey Norris, actually, from Flights,
yes,
future EMU Eagle, she filmed it for us.
Oh, so she was there. Nice.
She was there because
cool.
She was there. The twins were there. She actually did this trivia competition on the floor that you had to name as many Girl Scout cookies as you can. We could only name 3 or 4 of them, but yeah. So she was there.
Nice.
Next week, however, the next time that Western comes to Eastern, Molly Saban and we're going to switch and she's going to do commentating and I'm going to do beam. We had a fun moment about that during the meet because she was, yelling and screaming and Brent was like, why don't you do commentating and Kim can do beam? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Then she fell off beam and she walks by me and she goes, maybe you should have done beam for me today. I'm like, maybe I should have. I go,
yes,
next time.
I will pay for that.
Next time.
I'm going to pay to see that.
Me do beam?
Yes, I will come to that meet.
Okay, well, I will.
And maybe after that, then you can do your run through the tunnel, the team tunnel, because then you'll have your opportunity.
All we did was talk about me running through the team tunnel, but I was like, listen, I think you have to vault first. And I'm not
you
ready
kind of have
that.
to. You're not.
So
you're not
the
prepared.
team tunnel sets up right in front of us every time, and I was like, I want to go through. I want to run through it.
Here's your opportunity for your front handspring, front layout vault. So there you go.
I'm gonna need the trampoline and maybe the level 4 vault or the level 3 vault map.
And a very big foam pit to land in.
Yeah. I could do a back tuck off the vault. I could probably do a really bad half on. I'll start training. Don't worry. I can do it.
Okay. All right, good.
Then I get to run through the tunnel. Maybe we'll do it next year, senior night. I'll get Katie to let me do it. At least run through the tunnel. Because Brent was like, just get up. I dare you. Run through the tunnel. I'm like, listen, if I could get around this big, seating air counter thing fast enough, I would just follow one of them through the tunnel. I totally would have if we were on the corner, on the end. The last person definitely would have gone through the tunnel with them.
That's awesome. Yes, so social salutes. Maybe we'll have some more next week, but we were a little short.
But
social salutes
this week we only really needed that one because that was
correct. Because that was it. That was the one. All right, let's do our weekly awards and this week's showstopper. Do you have a showstopper?
It's George Young.
I actually, quite frankly, thought he was very subdued. I didn't really think he was as crazy as.
No, he did bars with them. He pretty much did it with them. There was leaning and there was jumping. He did a foot kick at one point.
I missed that. When was that?
Oh,
I
you
did.
missed it. He did a foot kick. There was a foot kick.
Wow.
Go back and watch Central on Bars. I can't remember who it is, but there was a foot kick.
Wow. No, I totally missed that.
You did.
Wow. My showstopper is definitely the vaulting at Oregon State, because that was, I just enjoyed watching everything, all the different vaults that were being done, the sticks, the landings, just the execution on vault. I enjoyed a good vault session. And so my showstopper definitely OSU. Not necessarily just OSU, the entire vaulting at OSU, Stanford and OSU. Your best college stick, stay, and slay. I've already told you what mine is. You know it's Gianna Gertis. So from her bar dismount at Big Fours.
So yours is Gianna Bars.
Yes.
Mine is Leah Kamichik and Ava Willmeyer on bars.
All right. And then our MVP of the week.
You go first.
Your MVP. Mine is Leah Kamichik. Mine's Leah Kamichik for her execution on bars and just, the energy she has throughout the meet and just how she's supportive, because she only does 2 events, but she rocked that bar routine 995 for our top score of bars, our top score as a whole for the whole week. So Leah Kamichik for MVP for me.
Okay. Mine is McKenna Brooks. She was amazing. Like, blew me away.
Yeah,
I thought she looked fantastic.
She did.
Especially compared to
deltchev was awesome.
Especially compared to the last time I actually saw her competing. She looks fantastic, and that deltchev was amazing.
Yes, she has improved. Yeah, she has improved a lot in college, and then in the last few weeks of college. Yeah. She has improved a lot. So yes, I agree. Good job. Yep. Both our MVPs come from the same meet this week, but it is what it is. So Leah Kamichik and McKenna Brooks, MVP of the week for the College Salute, Week 9. And that wraps up our week.
It does. It's over. Help more people find our podcast by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to the College Salute podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or alums you'd like us to have on the show, please feel free to email us at region5insider@gmail.com. Thanks to all of our subscribers. We could not do this without your support. Follow us on all of our social media accounts for the most up-to-date information on what's going on with our Region 5 alums all year long.
And thanks again for listening to our Week 9 recap. It's an SEC, Big Ten, and ACC kind of week for Week 10. We look forward to that, and we will get our first NQS lineup, or an NQS score. I will have it ready for next week. I will do my research, making sure I got it all right, and we'll have the score for next week. And continue to bring you the highlights of our alums every Wednesday for the rest of the season, which is about a month and a half long left. Remember, let's try to keep going and growing our College Salute YouTube channel. The numbers, like I said, are going. We need the hours. Just keep doing what you do to help us grow that channel. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you in a week for more spine-saving coverage of our Region 5 alums. And always remember to follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out, Region 5.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5.